Good morning, everyone. Welcome to Group 4. My name is Celine, and my student number is A2071148. First, let's look at the question 1. It says that an individual wants to hold an amount of money equal to 1/4 of their nominal income, and the nominal income is 2,000 ringgit. From this information, we know that the money supply equals 1/4 of the nominal income, which means M equals 1/4 multiplied by 2,000. So M equals 500. Therefore, for the second question, the money supply is 500 ringgit. Next, we know that the equation of exchange is M multiplied by V equals P multiplied by Y. Here, M equals 500 and P multiplied by Y equals 2,000. So we can calculate the V equals 2,000 divided by 500, which gives V equals 4. So for the first question, the V is 4. Now let's move on the third question, which asks us to find the price level. For the first sub-question, when Y equals 200, we know that M multiplied by V equals P multiplied by Y. Since M equals 500 and V equals 4, we have 500 multiplied by 4 equals P multiplied by 200. So P equals 2,000 divided by 200, which gives P equals 10. Similarly, for the second sub-question, 500 multiplied by 4 equals P multiplied by 215. So P equals 2,000 divided by 215, which gives P equals 8. And for the third sub-question, 500 multiplied by 4 equals P multiplied by 400. So P equals 2,000 divided by 400, which gives P equals 5. Therefore, the answer are when Y equals 200, P equals 10. When Y equals 215, P equals 8. When Y equals 400, P equals 5. That's all. Thank you.
Hello, my name is Liu Xiayang and my metric number is A20745. Now I will tell the question D and question E. Question D, first question, is the total nominal income. Because the original money supply is RM500 and the money supply increases by RM500. So the new money supply is RM1000. The M is equal to 1000. So the total nominal income use the formula MV equal to PY is equal to 1000 and multiple 4 equal to 4,000. So the total nominal income is RM4000. The second question is the new real income. The real income assuming prices are same in the question C, but if the price is equal to 10, the real income will equal to 400. If the price is equal to 8, the real income will equal to 500. If the price is equal to 5, then the real income will equal to 800. So the real income is equal to 400, 500, and 800. As for question E, I will use two different colors to draw all the diagram when money supply is equal to 500 and 1000. When the money supply is equal to 500, the real income is equal to 200 and 205 and then 400, and the price level is the same as when money supply is equal to 1000. When the price level is equal to 10, the real income in money supply equal to 500 is 2000. The money supply equal to 100, then the real income is 400. When price level is equal to 8, the money supply equal to 500, when the real income is 250. When the money supply is equal to 1000, the price is equal to 8, then the real income is equal to 500. When the money supply equal to 500, then the price level is equal to 5, then the real income is equal to 400. When the money supply equal to 1000 and the price level is equal to 5, so the real income is equal to 800.
In this question, we're analyzing what happens to new output and the price equilibrium when money supply increases from 500 to 1000 in classical model. So the basic equation of exchange MV equals to PY. In original equilibrium, P is 5, Y is 400. So if we substitute this into the formula, we can get MV is 5 times 400 equals 2000. So since the money supply M is 500, so we can find the velocity by dividing 200 by 500, which gives V is 4. So this means our original setup satisfy MV is 2000. So now when money supply increase from 500 to 1000, and because in classical model, the velocity of money is constant, which is 4. So MV equals 1000 times 4 is 5000. So this means that the total nominal spending in economy is 5000. So using the same equation MV is PY, we can solve for new price level PY equals 5000. Because the real output Y is constant at the full employment level, so it doesn't change with money supply. So Y is 500, stay the same. And then we can get P is 10. So after money supply increased to 1000, the price level changes from 5 to 10. But the real output, which is Y, remains the same, which is 400. So in conclusion, increasing the money supply only affects the price level, not the real output. For part G, we need to describe two similarities between Fisher and Cambridge theory. First one, both theories assume that V or K is constant in the short run. So move on to the next. Any change in money supply leads to a proportional change in price level P, which means there is a positive relationship between money supply and price level. For Fisher, the formula is MV equals to PY. So if V and Y are constant, then P increases with M. So which is the P equals MV divided by Y. And for Cambridge, The equation is M equals KPY. So where K is the fraction of income people want to hold as money. So if K and Y are constant, then P is also changes with M. So P equals M over KY.
This question is using the labor market diagram for the money wage model explains the derivation of the classical aggregate supply curve. When the price level is P0, the labor demand curve LDP0 and the labor supply curve LSP0 are in equilibrium at point E0, with the money wage being W0, L0. If the price level receives to P1, the labor demand curve shifts to right LDP1, and the labor supply curve also shifts upward to LSP1. Due to the price change, the money wage at the new equilibrium at the point E1 rises to W1, but the employment level still remains at the L0 for employment level. This indicates that the money wage adjusts flexible with the price level, and the labor market is always in the state of full employment. The agreement supply is determined by the production function y equal to f n k, with the capital K being a constraint in the short run. Since the labor market is always for employment, N equal to L0 I E, the full employment level N F. When substituted into the production function, the total output Y is also equal to the full employment output 1F. Regardless of the price level, therefore the classical agreement supply curve is a straight line perpendicular to the output X, located at the Y equal to YF.
Hello everyone, my name is Qi and my metric number is 827154. So today I will talk about the material questions of classical models. So the first question is the quantity series of money implies that if money shock were double, the price level would, the answer is C, also double. The explanation. According to quantity series of money, MY equal to PY. M is quantity of money supply. V is velocity of money in transactions. P is price index of goods and service. Y is real national output, productions, or income. The assumptions of quantity series is V and Y is constant in short run. Behind these assumptions, the relationship between M and Y is positive. It's meaning that M is double while V and Y remain constant, then P must double to equalate. Therefore, the price level will also double. So A is incorrect. Money supply double cannot lead to price fall by 1/2. B is incorrect. According to consumptions of quantity history, V and Y is constant. If money supply double, price must double. So C is correct as explained overall. D is incorrect. If money supply double, V and Y constant, price must double. On classical models, change in aggregate demand is driven by. The answer is C, change in physical policy. So according to the functions of classical models, AD is equal to C plus I plus G plus X minus M. So it's meaning that aggregate demand is equal to consumptions plus investment plus government expenditures plus export minus import. Therefore, any policy or shock can directly change consumptions, investment, government, or net export will also can change AD. So A is incorrect. On the one hand, for customers, changing tax can affect disposable income by influencing consumption, thereby changing AD. But on the other hand, change tax can affect prevent investment or affect government revenue to influence investment or government expenditures, thereby influencing AD. Therefore, tax can affect AD, but tax is a kind of physical policy tools. So choosing options A alone can ignore other directly approach of physical policy to affect AD. B is incorrect. Changing in borrowing and lending can affect interest rate to influence investment or consumptions, thereby influencing AD. Changing borrowing and lending is an indirectly factor to change AD. So C is correct. Behind the framework of classical models, fiscal policy, especially changing government expenditure or changing tax policy, can directly influence AD. Classical schools focus on the policy. If fiscal policy can affect increasing AD, thereby the price are fixable, is mainly driven by the price level rather than long-term output. So D is incorrect. AD curve shift to the left, aggregate demand decrease. The assumptions of aggregate supply is constant, so price should decrease instead of increasing price. Okay, thank you for your listening.